I recorded this video last night, but when I was just looking at it a moment ago, I thought I should redo it because it wasn't very clear. Like I wasn't speaking very clear, and yeah, just wanted to make some better points. I went back to work today, so I've had a few weeks off for holidays because in Australia, people generally take their holidays around this time of the year. So yeah, I went back today, and that was, starting the year, which is good. So, I want to do a quick update of where I am right now. Basically, just going to reiterate some points that I made in my recording last night. Hopefully, be a bit more concise in them. So, now I can't remember. Yeah, basically things have been pretty good for me for the last few days. Sorry, for the last few weeks. I'm beginning to build up a lot of traction now. I haven't had like a full proper relapse since about September, I think. It's been a few months at least, which has been good. And the more distance that I'm putting between myself and anything PMO related, the better life is getting, to be honest. And I hope that this year, I can be free from all of that stuff that I was doing last year. Well, that's what I hope anyway. And I just hope I can leave all that relapses and PMO and all of that in 2016, and shut the door on that. So I'm excited for that. But at the same time, I wanted to make the point that if you've already relapsed, don't worry about it. Just keep going, keep pushing forward. Because it's a struggle, it's a fight, and I'm not trying to discredit anyone at all by what I just said. I'm not trying to make myself look good, because I'm not an expert at this. I just kept fighting. I just kept fighting to get where I am now, and that's what you got to do. To get away from it, you got to just keep fighting. So, but for me, I think because I haven't done any proper PMO stuff for quite a few months, as I said, I'm beginning to really shut the door on it now. I'm beginning to really turn it off. But there's real minute, there's tiny things that I have to, loose ends that I have to tie up, and just other things that I have to be careful of as well while I'm in this stage. I think for every 14 days, every 14 days I can be great, and I can be, I won't have an issue with it, I won't be thinking about it. It won't even, it won't be a problem. But then, of course, you can have a bad day out of 14, right? So for me, I can have 14 good days, and then I'll have a bad day. Not that I relapse or anything like that, but I still get the occasional day where I can consider some things that aren't right, and I may even start to pursue them. And yeah, so, but again, I've mentioned before that for me, it's like you either give 100% with this, or it's or zero. You can't give 90%. You're either fully in doing it, or you're just not in doing it at all. And I have to stop, for instance, finding loopholes, which is what. So when I have a bad day, for instance, if I have a day where I may get a curveball or an urge, or a temptation or whatever, sometimes I can seek out a loophole, or I can try and find another way around it, where I'm not properly relapsing, but I'm I'm still getting some gratification which is wrong, which is the wrong thing to do. And technically, in my eyes, I would class that as a relapse in certain aspects. But again, I don't count days, so I don't really take that sort of thing to account too much, unless it's, as I said, unless it's proper PMO related. But if it's grey or if it's subjective, then it's more of a personal thing for me. I'm just rambling. Yeah, so basically, for me, like, if I'm, to be honest with you, if I'm looking at hot women in lingerie, like, you wouldn't count that as a relapse generally, but for me, like, that's a loophole that I'm talking about, and that's the wrong thing to do. So I have to close the door on even that sort of stuff. At the stage where I'm at now, it's kind of like a final, tidy up, just to get rid of this, just to get rid of these small things that are lurking around. So for me, that's where my focus is at the moment, because there's no for me. Technically, there should be no difference. There should be no difference between whether I look at someone who's clothed or not clothed, right? Whether I look at them on a screen or in person. I still have to treat every person with the same degree of respect, and I have to be transparent in that. I'm going all over the place with this. I think my other recording was better, and that's where my focus is right now. My focus is to tie up the loose ends and try and be transparent, because I want to be the same person. I want to be the same person that I am when I'm alone as I am when I'm around people. Because when I'm at work, or if I'm around my friends or whatever, I want to be the same person. I want to be consistent the whole time, whether I'm alone or I'm around people. I want to be the same person. I don't want to have these things that I'm hiding from people, or kind of feel like I'm leading this double life, or have that inconsistency of character. Because it's my integrity that's important. And my integrity, especially when I'm building relationships with people. If I start talking to someone new, or if I make a new friend, the person that I am to that person should be the same person that I am all the time, right? So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment, and that's where I'm heading, and hopefully this year will be a good year.